Welcome to our channel, The African Lens 7421. Today we're diving into the crucial electoral amendments in Nigeria set to shape the 2027 elections. Stay tuned to find out what changes are coming and how they will impact the future of Nigerian democracy. Think of it like a software update for a country's operating system. Sometimes you need those patches and new features to make everything run smoother. The upcoming amendments, slated for around 2025, are all about learning from the past, particularly the 2023 elections, and building a more robust framework for the future. We're talking about changes that could redefine how campaigns are run, how votes are cast and counted, and ultimately, how leaders are chosen. So grab your notepads, or just lean back and listen, because we're going to break down what these proposed changes mean. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. The Independent National Electoral Commission, or INEC, is the body in the driver's seat for this, and they're not working in a vacuum. They are the primary institution responsible for overseeing elections in Nigeria, ensuring that the process is fair, transparent, and credible. Their role is multifaceted, involving everything from voter registration to the final tallying of votes. They're in constant dialogue with the National Assembly. This collaboration is crucial because it ensures that the electoral laws are not only practical, but also have the necessary legal backing. The lawmakers bring their legislative expertise to the table, working hand in hand with INEC to craft laws that are both effective and enforceable. INEC, based on its experiences on the ground, brings a wealth of practical knowledge. They understand the challenges faced during elections, from logistical issues to security concerns. This first-hand experience is invaluable when it comes to identifying what works and what doesn't in the electoral process. The National Assembly holds the legislative pen, translating recommendations into actual binding laws. They debate, amend, and pass legislation that shapes the electoral landscape. Their role is to ensure that the laws are comprehensive and address all potential issues that could arise during elections. The aim here is to refine the existing electoral laws, to patch up loopholes, and to introduce new provisions that reflect the current technological and social realities. This includes updating laws to accommodate new voting technologies and ensuring that the legal framework is robust enough to handle modern challenges. A crucial part of this refinement process is the public hearing, where Nigerian citizens and various stakeholders can have their say. These hearings are a platform for the public to voice their concerns, suggestions, and expectations regarding the electoral process. It's a democratic exercise that ensures the laws are not just top-down impositions, but are shaped by the people they are meant to serve. These public hearings enhance the legitimacy of the amendment process and can bring to light issues or solutions that INEC or the lawmakers might not have considered. They provide a broader perspective, incorporating diverse viewpoints that can lead to more comprehensive and effective electoral laws. The discussions during these hearings can cover a wide range of topics, from the use of technology like the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System, BVAS, to campaign finance regulations. These are critical areas that can significantly impact the transparency and fairness of elections. For instance, BVAS is a game changer in preventing electoral fraud by ensuring that only eligible voters can cast their ballots. Transparency in the electoral process means that every step, from voter registration to the final announcement of results, is open to scrutiny. This openness is essential for building public trust and ensuring that the elections are seen as legitimate. Election observers, both local and international, play a crucial role in this by monitoring the process and reporting any irregularities. Ultimately, the goal of these electoral process improvements is to build a system that commands the respect and trust of the Nigerian people. A system where every vote counts and the will of the people is accurately reflected in the election results. This is not just about laws and regulations, it's about fostering a democratic culture where citizens feel empowered and confident in their electoral system. Now let's talk about something that's arguably even more important than the mechanics: trust. Trust in the electoral process is the cornerstone of a functioning democracy. Without it, the very fabric of our democratic system begins to fray. When voters believe that their voices are not being heard or that their votes do not count, the legitimacy of the entire system is called into question. Voter confidence is the bedrock of any democratic system. It ensures that citizens feel their participation is both meaningful and impactful. When people trust the process, They are more likely to engage, to vote, and to encourage others to do the same. This collective participation is what strengthens the democratic process. The 2023 elections surfaced a number of concerns among the populace, and addressing these is a top priority. Issues ranged from logistical challenges to allegations of fraud, all of which have contributed to a sense of unease among voters. It's crucial to address these concerns head-on to restore faith in the system. One of the key areas here is preventing electoral fraud, covering everything from ballot box stuffing to cyber attacks on electoral infrastructure. Implementing robust security measures is essential to safeguard the integrity of the vote. This includes both physical security at polling stations and advanced technological solutions to prevent tampering. The BVAS, for example, was introduced to accredit voters using fingerprints and facial recognition and to transmit polling unit results. This technology aims to eliminate multiple voting and ensure that only eligible voters can cast their ballots. By leveraging such advanced systems, we can significantly reduce the risk of fraud and enhance the credibility of the electoral process. Another critical aspect is the integrity of the voter register. A clean and accurate voter register is fundamental to a fair election. It ensures that every eligible voter is accounted for and that no ineligible individuals can participate. Regular updates and audits of the voter register are necessary to maintain its accuracy. The goal is to ensure that everyone who is eligible to vote can register easily, and that the final register used on election day is as clean and reliable as possible. This involves not only making the registration process accessible, but also ensuring that the data collected is accurate and up to date. INEC needs to address technological and procedural shortcomings head-on to rebuild trust. This includes investing in new technologies, training staff to use them effectively, and ensuring that all procedures are transparent and accountable. By doing so, INEC can demonstrate its commitment to conducting free and fair elections. Strengthening the training and accountability of ad hoc electoral staff is vital. These individuals play a crucial role on election day, and their competence and integrity can make or break the process. Comprehensive training programs and strict accountability measures are essential to ensure that they perform their duties effectively. Ultimately, strengthening voter confidence is about creating an environment where Nigerians feel that participating in elections is a meaningful act. It's about ensuring that every vote counts and that the electoral process is transparent, fair, and secure. When people believe in the system, they are more likely to engage, to vote, and to take pride in their democratic rights. Chapter 3. Ironing out the wrinkles, legal tweaks for a smoother political game. Sometimes, the biggest problems in any system come from ambiguity in the rules. When the rules are not clear, it leaves room for different interpretations, which can lead to confusion and disputes. This is especially true in the political arena, where the stakes are high and the outcomes can significantly impact the lives of millions. A key part of these 2025 amendments will be about clarifying legal gray areas, particularly those that have caused headaches in the past. These amendments aim to remove any ambiguities that have previously led to misunderstandings and conflicts. By doing so, they hope to create a more transparent and predictable legal framework. One of the most talked about issues is the question of when an elected official can actually assume office if the election results are still being contested in court. This has been a contentious issue, leading to prolonged legal battles and uncertainty. The new amendments seek to establish a clear timeline and process for such situations, ensuring that there is no room for doubt or delay. The amendments are expected to provide much clearer guidelines on this. By setting out specific procedures and timelines, they aim to prevent the kind of legal limbo that has plagued past elections. This will not only make the process more efficient, but also help to build trust in the electoral system. Another area of legal ambiguity relates to the qualifications of candidates, the conduct of party primaries, and the grounds upon which an election can be nullified. These are critical aspects of the electoral process, and any uncertainty here can lead to significant disputes and challenges. The amendments aim to provide clear and unambiguous criteria for these issues. Simplifying and clarifying these laws can make the entire democratic process more accessible and understandable. When voters and candidates alike have a clear understanding of the rules, it reduces the likelihood of disputes and increases confidence in the system. This, in turn, can lead to higher voter turnout and more robust democratic participation. These legal adjustments are also about ensuring that the electoral umpire, INEC, has a clear and unambiguous mandate. INEC plays a crucial role in overseeing elections, and any uncertainty about its powers and responsibilities can undermine the entire process. The amendments aim to provide INEC with the authority and clarity it needs to effectively manage elections. Ultimately, these legal adjustments are about fine-tuning the Nigerian democratic framework to make it more resilient, more efficient, and more just. By addressing the ambiguities and uncertainties that have caused problems in the past, the amendments aim to create a more stable and predictable political environment. This will not only benefit the political actors, but also the citizens, who can have greater confidence in the democratic process. Chapter 4. The Captains at the Helm, INEC Leadership and Building a Stronger Institution. The leadership and institutional capacity of INEC itself are absolutely fundamental to the success of any electoral reform. This brings us to INEC Chairman Mahmood Yakubu and the broader institutional reforms. One of the key aspects here is ensuring that INEC has its full complement of commissioners, both at the national and state levels. The timely appointment of qualified and impartial individuals to these commissionership roles is therefore a critical enabling factor for INEC's success. Beyond just having the numbers, the quality and independence of these commissioners are paramount. Then there's the broader institutional reform within INEC. Effective implementation of electoral policies is where the rubber meets the road. Chairman Yakubu's role here involves not just championing the reforms externally, but also driving the internal changes necessary to make INEC a more efficient, transparent, and responsive organization. Ultimately, a strong, independent, and well-led INEC is the cornerstone of credible elections in Nigeria. Looking ahead, Nigeria's democratic horizon. So there you have it, a look at the significant electoral amendments on the horizon for Nigeria, all aimed at making the 2027 elections more credible, transparent, and reflective of the people's will. These changes aren't just technical adjustments. They represent Nigeria's ongoing commitment to strengthening its democratic foundations. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on Nigeria's electoral process and other important topics. Your engagement helps us continue to bring these crucial conversations to the forefront. See you next time.